Darling, don't quit your daydream. It's your life that you're making. It ain't big enough if it doesn't scare the hell out of you. If it makes you nervous, it's probably worth it. Why save it for sleep when you could be living your day?
Hello, Paper and Glam family, and welcome back to Paper and Glam. I am Lisamarie, and I am about all things seasonal living, planners, the reading life, book club, and Bible study. Today, I am so excited to share with you my system for organizing my entire life in these two books. And before this video, before I'm speaking with you now, I just proved my point as to why I really need this system and why you might as well. So there are just so many things in modern life that we keep in our head. And my goal for this next season of life is to keep nothing in my head because I want to prepare for increase. I am asking God to bless me with more. And so what I want to do is show him that I can handle what he's already blessed me with. And a lot of times life can feel like you are trying to get from point A to point B. Say you're in Tennessee and you're trying to go to Disneyland. That's a long trip. And you're going by train, except that sounds fun, except you have to figure out how to get there, lay down the track, drive the train, and also take care of the people inside the train. That is kind of how I feel with life. And I'm sure those of you who have like big families feel that way times 10. So I was like, I want to keep nothing in my head because I want to fight back overwhelm and I want to create mental space for the goals that I have, for the things that I want to call into my life. And I realized there were just so many lists running in my head that I was not documenting. And I just found another one as I sat down to record this video. So when you make videos, there's a lot of things you have to remember. And I just filmed the intro and outro of this video. I filmed for about 30 minutes and then I went to edit and I realized I didn't turn the mic on. And I just made this mistake in April. I filmed all day only to find I didn't have the mic on. And I'm a little rusty. I haven't done like sit down videos like this on like my big camera in the longest time. I do a lot of like live streams and just like doing a little vlog camera type action. So this, you know, there's just like a lot to think about. And this is only the second video I've kind of like filmed in this house in terms of like using my YouTube camera. And the last video I did, which was my home tour, like I didn't know what I was doing because I've never filmed in here. Like the lighting was crazy, like everything was like crazy. And so the next video I like really wanted to get it right. I wanted to get the lighting right. And I wanted to like make sure that I didn't have the same issues that I had in my home tour, where I just like ended up filming it on my iPhone, except for the intro and outro, because I was like, you know what, done is better than perfect, right? And so in April, I like filmed this whole video. I was like so excited. And then come to find out, I went to edit it the next day, mic wasn't on. I was so disappointed. And Mama Jones said, you need a checklist. And if you are in the Paper and Glam Clubhouse, you will meet, Mama Jones. And if you're not, paperandglam.com. Let's do it. Anyway, so she's like, you just need a checklist. And I was like, yeah, that's such a good idea. Didn't do it. And I just made that same mistake again. Okay, so all that to say, that is why I created this video and I hope that it serves you. So we're gonna organize our entire lives in these two books, and this is kind of like an OG planner video, except I just want to clarify, this is not like the memory planning that we usually do. I still love that. I love all the stickers, all the glam, but this is just like getting it done, pen and paper planning, and then we'll glam it up later. My goal for this season of life, one of them, is just to really get organized spiritually, mentally, physically, just emotionally current. And I'm not interested in putting out the pumpkins this year over any like chaos in my life, right? Again, like emotionally, spiritually, physically. I am ready to advance. I'm ready to beat this level of the video game. So let's do it together. Let's jump in and I'll meet you back here for a pep talk and some next steps. Okay, gals, let's get into it. Let's get OG up in here. Original Glam. Okay, so these are the 4 books that run my entire life. We will go through them one by one. This is my journal. I just finished a journal, so I'm going to show you both. This is a planner for entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs, that I love, that we will get into. This is my perpetual calendar, my list of lists, and then this is my archive for my planners. So let's go into it one at a time. I shouldn't say archive for my planners, an archive for my planner inserts. Okay, so first let's get with this little girl. So this planner, I actually just grabbed off Amazon, the actual book, and let me take the pen holder off. So I just got this off Amazon because all of my planning, personal planning stuff, it was packed. I just had construction in my house finish literally 10 minutes ago. And so in that time, I was like, I really need a 6-ring binder. The only one I had out was my fall planner binder because that's what I was using when I moved. You know how it goes. I'm like, surely I'll be unpacked. No big deal. Anyway, so I got this and I actually ended up really liking it for this particular list of lists, perpetual calendar, because I can see through it. And then if you haven't seen these, this is a Bookmate Pro from Achievers Must. And I like to just have this magnet on top so it keeps the 2 pens that I use, and then some flags if I'm reading or want to flag anything. It doesn't look the cutest. It probably looks more aesthetically pleasing without it, but it does the job. I will link this below if you do order from this company. Just be advised, it takes about 4 months to get your order. I placed my last order on Memorial Day when they had a sale and I still haven't gotten it. I just tell you that because these are the details, the glam news you can use, because I ordered these for Christmas presents last year on Black Friday and I didn't get them till after Valentine's Day. So just be advised. All right, let's get into it. So I'm actually going to start at the end because we're going to begin with the end in mind here. The first thing I did was make a list of all of the lists I was keeping in my head. Some were various degrees of documented, some were not at all. And I really just wanted to get everything out of my head and onto paper. My goal is not to keep anything in my head. So literally just went through the list I noticed I was making just every day, every week. So my daily routine, my weekly recurring tasks, my weekly preview, just what's going on for the week, my monthly recurring tasks, any goals and to-dos for the month, like specific to that month. I had a weight loss tracker going. I also have a system for reviewing my month, which I'll show you. I have my Bible study reading plan. So I'm on track for what we're reading for God and Glam. And then of course I have my seasonal living list, the OG classics, and they're in here. And then I had monthly master lists, things that happen at particular times a year. So we'll get into that too. I had a wish list that was documented nowhere, but just was in my head. And then I had a list for each area of life. And I had been keeping track of these in Notion, but I'm really craving just hard copy, pen and paper, back to basics energy right now. Maybe it's just like back to school or something, but I really just want everything hard copy that I can touch and see and feel. So the first is my daily routine, and I'll go into this in more detail on the live stream. There is a members live stream on the 16th where I'm going to show you how to use all of these templates. I made them all editable so you can make them your own. And you know, some of them are self-explanatory, but then some I have some like pretty hot takes that I think might serve you. So without this video being like 2 hours long, this is just pretty self-explanatory with my daily routine. It's not like set in stone, but just having it laid out so my brain has room to run, and like I know like what morning I'm building, what day I'm building, and I love a good morning routine. So I like to print a couple of these at a time. So that's for tomorrow. These are all the things that I do weekly. So really simple things like bins out, bins in for garbage day. Most of this is pretty simple, like restocking the house and restocking my supplements. But for me, just having everything documented. Those of you who have ever worked in corporate life know how important and how just much efficiency having things documented brings, instead of just like somebody having it in their head. So I definitely adopted that from corporate life a little bit. So this is my monthly recurring task list. So this is of course for June, and I just have I want to complete my June seasonal living master plan so it's ready for next year. And you will get all of those templates in the seasonal living lessons. Those are all part of the Paper and Glam experience. We meet every month. We're meeting this Thursday to kind of go over all things seasonal living and like get prepped and inspired for the month ahead. So I just need to finish that. The live stream is, let's see, it's tomorrow. So as I'm filming this, so that's just like the last thing on the June list, and then I'll archive it. Here we have my July list. So these are the same, obviously just one is for a different month. And here's just like how I'm doing, going down the list. I have things for the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. And I think you'll find if you embark on this project, and I'm sure you have parts of it done, you know, to some extent, it's like, I can't believe how much stuff I do every month, every week, every day that I just wasn't giving myself credit for. You know, how I'm sure you guys have gotten to the end of the day being like, what did I do today? And now it's like, oh, I know exactly what I do every day, every week, every month. And I can decide if it's still adding value and if it's going to be part of the life that I want to live going forward, and if it's creating the woman I want to be. This is extra nerdy. So I am working on introductions for each book of the Bible. If you are in the Paper and Glam experience, you've seen them. We are up through Numbers. I am doing one for Deuteronomy right now. So I just made this little resource just for myself of all of the different Bible resources I like to consult when I am creating those introduction live streams. So that's what this is. And then this is, we are about to go line by line through Deuteronomy starting next month. So I've been gearing up for that and doing a lot of studying. And these are all the commentaries that I like to consult. And there are actually a few more. So I just made like a cute little summer looking checklist. And again, super nerdy. This is Paper and Glam, so it's all things type awesome. If you guys find this helpful, of course, I'll just keep it in there and just delete my stuff. So, you know, there's a lot of different ways to approach Bible study. So I just like to have a list of just all the things, again, in my head. So here we get to the area of life lists. And I like to set my goals and write my to-dos by area of life. I've been talking about that since like, I think it was 2015 when I did like my first video on this. This is still very much how I manage my life. So I have one for, again, every like major area of life that has like to-dos associated with it right now. And I like to put them in order of how I'm prioritizing them. So there is a video up for Paper and Glam members that is all about how to revolutionize an area of your life each season of the year. That's how I do it. And so this is my number one priority is my health. There's not a ton of to-dos. It's kind of like the train is on the track. It's just a matter of, you know, staying on it right now. So not a ton here, but it is my first area of life. So it's first. Then we have my work list. And this is, again, not recurring things. Like there's tons more I'm doing for work. This is just stuff that doesn't have a deadline that I want to get to at some point. Some of it has been on the list for the longest time, and some of it, you know, I add and remove. So you can tell some of this looks a little different because I actually screenshot this out of Notion. I have been keeping all these tasks, like I said, in Notion, and I just didn't want to rewrite everything. So I just screenshot it and put it in. So that just was easier and quicker. And as I add things, I'll just add it on the bottom. So I want to make these like monthly sticker inventory lists for my sticker binders, just stuff that is lurking in my head, but again, doesn't have a deadline, doesn't have like really any planning. It's not planned into my schedule yet, I guess is the way that I would look at it. Okay, next we have my wealth list, and this is all of the investments I want to make in my house, in my business, in myself, and also just things that, again, need to be done that don't have a specific deadline. So like in August, it's time to service my car. I mean, if it's done in September, not a big deal, but that's the next thing on my list. And I really like to use this in conjunction with my wish list. And where is it? Oh, it's right behind. Okay, so just like as an example, I just bought this garage laundry sorter on my wish list. There's not a ton on it right now. I would like some IKEA Calyx inserts to continue organizing the office that I'm in right now, the little filming room. And there's some like non-toxic candles I want to try. Just like little things when they pop onto my mind that I want to invest in, I add them here. I'm mainly just like refilling my piggy bank after the move. So not a ton on here, but like here's an example. So my garage laundry sorter. I am building custom storage into my garage, but right now my piggy bank is definitely needing a refill. So I'm like, okay, in the list, the order of the investments that I need to make in myself, in my house, to pay off my appliances, things like that, like how soon is that gonna come up? Because, you know, it's $100, it's nothing crazy. It's gonna make my life a lot easier, but would it just be better to wait and just like use what I have? I decided ultimately to grab it because building out that cabinetry is going to be a project probably for next year. And so its number isn't going to come up. I would rather have my garage look organized and have my laundry sorter right there. So that's how I use the wealth and the wish list. And it just helps me look at my spending really holistically and deciding how I want to prioritize my resources and steward my resources. So that's the wish list. Next is my home. This again is cut and screenshot out of Notion. This is just things that need to happen just across my house that are pretty high priority or semi-high priority. I've been fighting with Viking about my dishwasher since like October, so still on that. And then I have lists by room. And then some of these are like not a big deal. Like there's stuff I want to sell, like old camera equipment and stuff like that. But these are just the main things I'm working on. And since I just finished this project yesterday, I am still adding to it. And as soon as something pops into my brain, I'm like, okay, it's got to go on a list. No more keeping things on a like open window tab in my brain, right? Okay, so creativity. This is just all the fun projects I would love to get to. The first one on my list is organizing my scrapbook supplies. I need to finish unpacking now that the construction is finished, and I cannot wait to have this room set up. So that's the first thing. And so I keep these in order of priority. And I also like to sync them with my Notion task manager. So I'm gonna go over all of this again in the live stream on July 16th. So that's next Tuesday. And if you're watching from the future, you can watch that anytime. But for those that want more detail or have questions, we can have a little dialogue, little kitchen table dialogue about all things building your best glam life here. Okay, and then we get back to my list of lists, and we just went through all of them, except for the monthly ones. And these are my favorite. So these are the Paper and Glam dividers. If you haven't seen them, they are in the shop. They are gold foil on both sides. I love that. And we have the list that I've been making. So this looks like our seasonal living lists. And if you haven't seen our seasonal living list, I've been making them every month since January of 2015. So we actually are just finishing the 2025 edition. So this is 2024. You can see I am crossing off my seasonal living list, or more accurately, I'm coloring them in. It's been kind of a weird month with all of the construction happening so far. So I haven't like planned in things as much as I would like to, because, you know, when there's like dust and noise and like all my furniture was in my kitchen, it was like a whole thing. So anyway, not like the most beautiful seasonal month so far, but it's like we got to prioritize things, right? So I like to keep the previous year in here as well, because I like to see how I'm doing. So July was a super crazy month last year. It's like when I started the home buying process, and it was just a whole thing. So didn't get a ton in here, but this is also kind of fun. So Holly inspired me to, she's a member of the Paper and Glam community. You'll love her. She's the cutest. She's a teacher, and she inspired me to use Sharpies to color these in. And I think it looks really cute. The way I had always done it, and I still like doing it this way too, is using the little monthly icon stickers that you can get them in the shop separately, or they used to come in the monthly planner kits. They still do on the digital side. So anyway, I made different versions of these and called, or I shouldn't say a different version. I took inspiration from the seasonal living list because I thought that it'd be fun if they matched. And I made monthly master lists. So this is everything that I like to do every July, or that I need to do. So like one is I need to file the Q2 sales tax. And I mean, just like the perpetual tax deadlines that I I have like 12 tax deadlines every year. And like, that's a lot to keep in your head, right? And I haven't even like done anything beautiful or seasonal. Like that's just the tax deadlines for myself and my business. So, in my house. So, anyway, that is like this type of stuff that I am keeping track of. And this will stay the same every year. I mean, I'm sure I'll update it as I learn more, as my life grows in complexity and blessing, right? With blessing sometimes comes complexity. So anyway, these are just the things that I want to do every July. And again, on the live stream, I'm really excited to kind of circle the wagons and figure out like what else I might be missing. Like you probably have like, I don't know, things like your kids need school uniforms or something. Like I think there's things that I know I forgot. Again, I just finished this yesterday, but to begin. So that is what is in these lists. And then I also have like just the previous month of, so this is like everything, my daily lists for the month up to this point. And I think it's gonna be really interesting to see just like have a tangible evidence of the routines that I'm keeping and how they're building my life like a year from now. I think that's gonna be so fascinating. So here we have August, super cute, same thing. I just love the little compact. So I used of course, this is all P&G art you guys have seen in the sticker collections. You can shop at shop.paperandglam.com. Here I have the August seasonal living list, and I'll just keep flipping because it's fun, but you guys get the idea. Was in the thick of a move here, so not a ton of seasonal living. This was like also last fall bananas. So yeah, here's September, and then we have the September seasonal living list. If you haven't grabbed your seasonal living list, you know what? There is, I think like 30 left. So I would love to send one home for you. I will put it 50% off. And then if anyone wants to order 2023 also, I'll just put them in for like $8 or something. So you can create this and just like see what you got to last year, and then, you know, versus this year. On the monthly growth ceremony we do as a community, we actually like tally all them up and like share what we did and what's our favorite, and we just inspire each other. So that's a big part of community building. So just things in October that like, there's just, especially like, I'm sure you guys know who are homeowners or like have kids, like there's just so many things to think about. Like changing the water filters in my house. I have 3, so I need to get those changed every 6 months. And one that I didn't even add on here that I need to put in October is in the fall and in the spring, I need to change my sprinklers. I have brand new lawn and some of it died because I forgot to do that this this year, this like summer transition. And so it's like, I'm still trying to nurse it back to health, but that's a lot of the heart behind why I created this perpetual calendar. So ultimate perpetual calendar, organize your entire life. So I'll just keep flipping because it's fun. And you know, who doesn't like to see all like the cute art and everything. So again, members, you guys are going to get editable versions of these to make your own. So everything I am showing you in here, you're getting your own templates that you can just like type right over the top of. So I hope you're super excited about that. I had so much fun making them, and I just can't wait to see how they serve you in building your beautiful seasonal life, becoming the woman you want to be, all that stuff. So November, December, the queen of months, as we call it in my community. And so my December list is, you know, pretty long, right? It's like a busy month. Plus we have like the boring adulting stuff like property taxes due and all of that. So if you want these stickers, I will also link them below. They're super cute for checking off your list. And that is this book. So what I love about having this in 2 different books is that when I'm doing my weekly preview and I'm doing my planning, I can just reference it. So before I dive into that process, I just wanted to show you the archive that I use. Ever since the fateful day that I put a Erin Condren planner in a Kiki, one of the #1 questions I get is, what do you do to archive your old planner pages? I actually don't throw anything away because I just like a record of the way that I'm building my life, and it's just a way to easily see like what's working. And just now that Paper and Glam has become, you know, what it is over the years, I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I have those baby pictures of, you know, like the beginning. So anyway, this is the month, you know, or excuse me, the year up to where we are right now. So like same thing, I have my January master list, I have my January seasonal living. January is pretty filled out. I did pretty good, if I do say so myself. And these off of Amazon. I will of course link it for you if you enjoy it. They come in other colors, but you know, I'm a pink girl, and they just work perfectly with the 6-ring binders. So I love that. And I just put everything in here when I'm done for the month, and then I don't have so much in my little binder to carry around. So here's February. It's like so cute, right? I love it. February seasonal living list. I love it. I want some more of it. And then this does not turn quite as easily, but we're making it work. All right, so March master list, same thing. And I just printed these at home. Like this is the one that is professionally printed in LA. And then this is the one I did at home. So it's not too different. I mean, obviously we can tell a difference. There's no substitute for like professional production equipment, but I was actually really happy with the way that they printed and how the graphics came out. So if you are a digital paper and glam girl, I think they come out really nice at home. So I'm gonna start printing and cutting some stickers of the things that I'm sold out of. And so I was kind of excited about how that worked. Okay, so May, it's just like so adorable. And, ooh, these are out of order, I just noticed. We can't have that. We can't have, we can't have 23 before 24. All right, so my goal is, just in terms of like beautiful seasonal life building, is always to get more seasonal celebrations in the current year than I did in last year. And you know, sometimes life gets busy, but it's just like a really interesting way to see how I'm doing at just soaking in the moment, enjoying the season that I'm in, eating the fruit that's in season, as we say, because, you know, like, obviously it's good to eat the actual fruit that's in season, but metaphorically speaking, you know, just in the season God has you in life, it's like so easy to look ahead or look behind and think it was better, or, you know, think the future is going to be better and like miss the beauty in today. So that's a lot of the heart behind the Paper and Glam seasonal living community, and just like what we do. All right, my sweet ones, we read seasonal, we study the Bible seasonally, all the things seasonally. All right, so that is the archive. And then these are the pages that just came with it. In the back, if you're wondering what this is, these came with the planner, I'm sure, or excuse me, the binder, the album. I'm sure I'll find a way to use them at some point, so I just have them in there. So that is the archive, that is my perpetual calendar. And now let me show you how these interface. So this here is my journal, just as you would think of a journal. It's a prayer journal, and I've also been using it just to document the way that I'm building my life. So I love coming to my journal, and this is kind of what I wanted to show you, this planner. So I've been taking the dividers out of this planner. I bought this planner because I just thought it was so fun that someone made a planner specifically for female business owners and entrepreneurs. So it has this great sheet at the beginning. This is what I love about it. It has this great sheet at the beginning, like to plan August. So my heart behind this is like when I'm getting ready to plan August, I can sit down, flip to the August page and say, okay, like what needs to be done this month? So we are rounding the bend on the seasonal living list. We're right on schedule there. We are working on a shop restock, but sign up for the newsletter for updates. I don't want to make any announcements there because God only knows, you know? All right. But my car registration, it's like, okay, that needs to go on there. I want to make sure I get to shopping for my fall decor before everything sells out. And then I want to make a fall goal. So like what area of life I'm really going to zero in on for the fall season. And that's when I just like also like to consult these area of life lists and say like, what do I want to really invest myself in? What area of life is going to get the most attention? Okay, so that's what I love about this page. And then the other reason I grabbed it is for this page at the back, which I just love. It's specific to business owners here at the bottom, where you track like your revenue and stuff. And I like to track like membership and all of that down here. But it also just has good things to keep track of. So I actually rip these out and I paste them into my journal. Same thing with these dividers. So that's how I have these dividers here. And it didn't add a ton of bulk to my planner, you can see. And I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to continue doing that. So this is a completed planner. You can tell I didn't start that till January, but I really liked it. So I started a brand new journal with July after finishing that one. So here's what it looks like in progress. I don't really use the daily sheets too much, but I do love the weekly preview they do. So I mainly just am using these. Sometimes it is fun to fill it out. Sometimes I like a hard copy, but I have my whole planning routine. There's videos of that in the membership, how I plan my ideal year, month, week, and day, all the way down. So if you want to see that, that is up. Okay, so some of this I am going to just keep for members only because this is my journal and it's kind of personal for the public internet. So members, make sure you're watching the video that is on the member site, and if you are watching on YouTube, make sure you join us because I would love to see you. Okay, so this is I'm gonna go over this on the member side. This is like how I start all of my journals and my whole journal setup. I really love it and I think it's gonna serve you, but I wanted just to give you a quick peek. So I paste this in with document tape. You really can't even tell. And it creates a nice little shutter and a nice little hinge. So I love that. And then, okay, so say I'm gonna plan my week for the week ahead, and we're here. I will just rip this out, trim it, paste it in, and then come to my perpetual calendar here and just start plugging things in. So like what's coming up for the month, what seasonal living do I want to do and when? So like what are the seasonal living celebrations for the week? And then I will come to my recurring list and see what I want to plug in this week. So I love this system. It just keeps me feeling so liberated and it just fights the overwhelm, and I just feel really productive and clear-minded, and I love that. I want that for us. Okay, so that is, I think, everything. Okay, I hope spending some time together has left you feeling refreshed and energized, and that you can do it. That's always my hope for my videos. If you would like to spend more time together, I would love that. I want to invite you to join the Paper and Glam experience. You can find all the information linked below, as well as all of the resources in this video meticulously linked below. I always try to get all the links. If I forgot one, comment below. I'd love to hear how you received this video, any like thoughts you have, questions you have. And of course, for members, I am hosting the live stream I mentioned in the video. It's July 16th. Replay is always available, where I'm going to turn over the templates so you can make them your own. If you are watching this in the Clubhouse, then they're already linked below. You can get started right now. And of course, you don't have to make this system fancy. You can literally do it in Microsoft Word. I would just encourage you to get it printed. There's just so much power in hard copies. Of course, this is Paper and Glam. So, you know, I love the feel of paper in my hand and the smell of paper, all the things. So, yeah, I think that's about it. I would love to meet you guys and just create our new eras together. So with that, sweetest friends, I think that's about it. Just remember, you don't have to go it alone. I created the Paper and Glam community so we could go it together. And we also have, you know, tons of other stuff that we do, of course. I do 5 live streams-ish a month. I do, you know, my book club, my Bible study there, as well as seasonal living and all of that stuff, plus the full members versions of this video. And my journal setup one, oh my gosh, I wish I could put it public, but it just was like a bridge too far for me. That one specifically, I know is really gonna serve you. So with that, my sweetest friends, thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with me. Thank you for just sticking with me. I know some of you have been with me. I'm gonna cry. Oh my gosh, I cannot cry. I already cried like once today, like happy tears. And I know so many of you have been with me since like Denver days. So thank you for this, being here all this time. I hope to spend more time with you. And I was just thinking about how I should probably give my mom a shout out in this video, because gosh, a lot of this was inspired by her. I don't know why I'm like tearing up today. Like, do you guys ever have those days where you're just like, I don't know, like crying happy tears a lot? Is that just me? I don't know, maybe it's the spirit of the Lord. I've been spending a lot of time in the Word, as you saw in the video. But I was just thinking about how a lot of this system I appropriated from my mom. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me today? It's gonna be hard for me to leave this in the video. You know, I'm gonna wanna be all put together, even though like those are never the most compelling videos. Anyway, this is a lot of the system that I appropriated from her that she used to build her whole empire, like straight out of the migrant fields, and built something that is just like incredible. And she literally did it on legal pads. My mom's in law. And so like literally at Thanksgiving, she busts out her Thanksgiving legal pad that has every Thanksgiving documented from like before I was born. And it's like the coolest thing ever. So like you know, when I came in, I was like, okay, like I think we can do better on the stationery now that we're you know, 30, 40 years removed. But a lot of it I adopted from her. So with that, I'll let you guys go before I cry on camera for no apparent reason. All right, I'll see you in the clubhouse soon. I love you guys. Goodbye and God bless.
If it makes you nervous, it's probably worth it. Why save it for sleep when you could be living your daydream?